We had one of our main training sessions this morning, second one for the week. We began with speed work, in which we try to work on our speed obviously, and then training went into main skills, and then into some game movement from the midfield, and then divisionals, which are where everyone goes into each part of the ground and focus on their key areas. After 2 months on an AFL list, my body's feeling really good. I've been able to complete every session, and it's just getting used to that routine, and I'm really enjoying it. Some things that I've developed in my game is probably my skills, especially my kicking. Coming into this elite level, everyone's really good at kicking and their skills, so that was something I definitely worked on with the help of Taps, who's my divisional coach and stuff like that. So he's really good, and the vision they have out on the ground during training is really good for us, because we get to see what we're doing and what we can do to improve our game. So that's probably the main things I've learned. Mainly just my workload has been the thing that I think I need to improve. Just looking at some players like Tay Adams, he goes about his work really well and everyone looks up to him. So yeah, that's probably one thing, just workload, try and do all the extras, which I think with time I'll definitely do. The player I've probably had the most, or spent the most time with would have to be probably Scott Pendlebury. He brought me into the club really early, and we did a running session in the altitude room just to get an understanding of what's required of me, and he sort of gave me the ins and outs, which was really good. And probably the coach I've done the most work with is Taps, so he's looking after the first year players, and yeah, he's really good in going over vision with us and yeah, telling us what we need to do and when we need to do it pretty much. Pendles is also really good out on the ground, just the way he gives you direct feedback, and at the time sometimes it can be really direct, straight at you, which I probably prefer as a player. But after that, if he's hot-headed or something like that, he'll come over to me and explain what he meant by it and how I can improve next time. So my goals for this year is probably just to act as a sponge and learn as much as I can off these older players. I think if you start thinking about the games and the NAB Cup, it could affect your performance. So I'm just going to focus on trying to improve as a player and different aspects of my game. So some attributes of my game that I believe will stand out to supporters is probably my competitiveness and contested ball. I think that's definitely one of my strengths, and I'll try and exploit teams by doing that. But I also think my tackling pressure and ability to impact the contest will hopefully stand out to the supporters. Yeah, the fellow draftees are really good actually. I knew, well, 3 of them coming in, so that's obviously really helpful. But I got to know Brendan really well, and he's a really nice kid. So we definitely have a small little bond going on there. So we always give each other feedback just to try and help each other. But yeah, it's probably a bit tighter than what we've got with some of the other players, but I think that can really help us individually. We've got a really exciting list this year, just especially with some of the players we've got into the club. So I think most players have got enough knowledge of what's required of them and how they can do it. So yeah, be ready for a really exciting year, and I think we can do really good.